Hey, what's up, volleyball community? Hope you guys are doing well. Hari from Wonder of Volleyball here, and welcome to my corner of the internet. In this channel, you'll be getting to know about all things volleyball. Like and subscribe, and let's get into today's video. Whether your child is already playing volleyball, passionate about it, or wanting to take up the sport, you would obviously be encouraging and supportive in their decision about playing volleyball as a parent. Being parents is truly rewarding and at the same time a challenging position to be, and if you're a parent of a volleyball player, then you'd have to consider many other aspects other than being mom and dad. In this video, I'll be talking about the steps involved in becoming one of the best volleyball parents around and what it takes to become a successful, encouraging, and supportive volleyball parents. Before we get into the video, here's an interesting fact about volleyball. Most volleyball parents choose a coach for their children based on word of mouth and the experiences of other volleyball parents, and also dealing with players and their skill levels in a fair and honest way, increasing the chances of a player playing at a higher level and building and encouraging good sportsmanship among players are all play a role in finalizing a coach for their child. Having said that, here's what it takes to be an encouraging and supportive volleyball parent. The first and the foremost important step you can take to be an encouraging and supportive volleyball parent is to understand how volleyball is being played and develop a liking for it. Even if you haven't seen a volleyball in your lifetime, you have no idea of how the sport is being played, or you don't have any idea about volleyball, taking active steps to learn and understand the sport, creating and cultivating a sense of enjoyment and liking are the first crucial step towards being a volleyball parent. I'm sure your child will notice your efforts and will push themselves even harder to succeed in the sport that they like every single day. It will motivate them to do well and make you happy. Apart from that, there are many things that you need to incorporate in order to be the best volleyball parent around your child's team. Trust me, you will learn them along the way, and taking the first step is the toughest one. If you could conquer that, and I'm sure that you are on the right path to become a wonderful volleyball parent. That's a general overview of what it takes to being an encouraging and supportive volleyball parent. Now, we'll talk about the critical things you need to consider in order to become the best volleyball parent that you possibly could be. When you are aspiring to become the best volleyball parent, there are subtle aspects of the game that you need to understand, learn, and teach it to your child. That way, you can also have a clear idea of what they are and easily pass it on to your child. There are several things that you need to teach in order to make your child a good and reliable player in their team. One among them is sportsmanship. If your child wants to be remembered for one thing around their team circle, then it should be undoubtedly for their sportsmanship. We all know that winning and losing is part and parcel of playing sports, and even if your team loses a volleyball match, the gesture that your child shows matter a lot in not only their coach's perspective but building a strong connection with their opponents as well. If your child takes the time to appreciate their opponents, it may look like a simple gesture for outsiders, but it is invaluable for the person who is receiving it, and it creates an opportunity to build lifelong friendships and relationships amongst your child and their opponents. Apart from that, good sportsmanship earns respect for your child among their team members, coaching staff, and those who involves in organizing a volleyball match or tournament. Hope you are finding value in the video up to this point, and if you do so, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to Wonder of Volleyball if you haven't already. Raising a competitive and compassionate player. Mental toughness, hard work, perseverance, and personal achievements are needed to be considered as a good volleyball player. But at the same time, you need to teach your child how to be compassionate and at the same time competitive on the volleyball court. These traits must be nurtured in your child from a very young age. I'll share some of the key characteristics of being a compassionate and competitive player. These will serve as a guidepost that aids you create a truly unique player. Paying attention to and looking after the team members on and off the field. Treating everyone involved in the game with respect. Being genuinely happy for the success of the teammates. Always lending a helping hand to the teammates and the people involved in the match when needed. Making sure that the players put out their best effort at all times and situations of the match. Being a true team player at all times. Providing positive support. Your child works hard to become one of the best players in their team, and you fully aware of that as a volleyball parent. The best thing that you can do to motivate them and keep them going towards their goal is to provide positive support. I'm sure there will be a lot of things going in your child's mind, starting from getting to know their teammates, analyzing and figuring out various methods to improve their overall performance the next time, and the happenings of the day with regards to their overall performance on the court. So, showing your frustration with regards to their performance at that venue itself isn't going to improve the mood. Rather, what you can do is to provide a helping hand and try to work out a solution with your child. What it does is that it increases their trust on you, and they'll open up a lot more and share with you what are the things happening, what are the things that are bothering them and how those things can be resolved and what they need to resolve those things. Over time, this will increase the bonding between you and your child, and that's what every parent needs, isn't it? These things won't happen from the get-go, but putting consistent efforts would bear fruit for sure. In the long run, taking a stance on shelling out public criticism. If I had to say two words about shelling public criticism on players, coaches, referees, and your child's overall performance, it would be please don't. Why? Because shelling out public criticism doesn't work at all in any situation, and it will definitely ruin the relationship between you and all parties involved. Let's imagine this scenario. You've done something in your workplace that's not how it's supposed to be done, and your boss or supervisor shells out public criticism and talks to you rude in front of all the co-workers. How do you feel in that situation? It wouldn't be pleasant, right? And also, the relationship between you and your supervisor or your boss won't be the same from the next time. That's the same philosophy here. Everybody is trying to do their job as best as they can, and understanding this simple factor will aid you to be empathetic. That doesn't mean that you don't express your thoughts and opinions. You can definitely share your thoughts, opinions, tips, and techniques, your overall observation of your child's performance, a referee's behavior, and many things in private to your child's team coach. It will reduce unnecessary tension, and your child's team coach would be pretty much impressed with your overall thoughtfulness on how you choose to express your views. Setting an example with your actions. What do I mean by setting an example with your actions is that you have to follow certain things that aren't allowed in a particular situation. For example, following the rules set by the tournament organizers, not shouting and yelling too much during the match, not shouting profane and unproductive stuff in the heat of the moment, and not drinking or smoking within the premises of the match. We all know how distressing it would be for everybody involved. So, by not doing these things, you are setting an example for everyone to follow. Your child will be pretty thankful if you don't resort to these activities. And also, by doing this, you'll earn the respect of your child's volleyball team coach, and you'll be in the good books of the tournament organizers as well. Developing the right attitude before and after the match. This is crucial. Watching a volleyball match should be fun-filled and enjoyable. So, rather than adopting a mentality of going to watch your child play volleyball is like going to a war, why not think about the good times that you'll have with your child if you encourage, support, and cheer for your team. The good times that you share after the match will increase the overall bond and openness of your child with you as a volleyball parent. The overall success, mood, and morale of the team will be greatly affected by the situation present in the spectator area. So, understanding this critical aspect and rearranging your thoughts and behavior accordingly will be good for everybody involved in the match, and your child will be very happy to invite you to their next match as well. Characteristics coaches love to see from volleyball parents: being supportive towards your child and their team even after they had a rough game, motivating and cheering not only your child but for the entire team during volleyball matches, genuinely open and eager to help out your child's team members and your fellow volleyball parents whenever possible, understanding and respecting the coach's decision even if it's not in favor of your child, and supporting it wholeheartedly, appreciating the coach's efforts whenever the situation presents itself, being passionate about your child's overall team success in a positive way, having the right mindset towards everybody involved in a team setup, having the right attitude towards the team no matter what the situation of the match is. The main reason for me giving these points is not to ask you follow a strict guidepost for getting into the good books of a volleyball coach. Rather, it is to avoid unnecessary stress for players, coaches, and everybody involved in a team setting. If you build and nurture these characteristics as volleyball parents, it will be of significant help to everybody of your child's team setup. Why you want to be a good volleyball parent? Up to this point, I've given you some critical reasons on why you want to be good volleyball parents. But in my 7 years of playing volleyball, I've seen these characteristics that are exhibited by encouraging, supportive, and successful volleyball parents. Here they are. They'll communicate effectively and efficiently both with their child's coach and their child. They'll respect their child's coach's decision even if it's not in favor of their child and their interest, when there is a proper explanation given to that decision. They'll support, encourage, and help their child to grow, develop, and excel in their overall volleyball related skills. You'll find creative ways to help out the team. You'll encourage, support and help your child to develop their volleyball skills and get good at them. You'll help out your fellow volleyball parents whenever possible. Words of wisdom from other volleyball parents. If the kid seems to like the sport and enjoy playing it, then the duty of parents is to put your energy and resources into supporting them. We all want them to enjoy and excel in the things that they like, aren't we? So it's very important to be of support to them. Support your kid and help them grow into the sport that they like playing. These are some of the successful volleyball parents who emphasized on the fact that if you want your child to become successful, or if you want your child to be one of the greatest players of their team, the best thing you can do as a parent is to support them and encourage in all the right ways possible. On your child's part, they'd have to take the sport seriously and try to improve their overall skills so that they can be one of the reliable players of the team. Parents should be able to enjoy the sport as well as to see their child enjoy and excel in that. Maybe not they are going to play all the time, but parents should be able to be supportive and encouraging and back their child to succeed in the sport that they like. I hope now you have a clear understanding of what it takes to be successful volleyball parents and the things you need to consider in order to be a good one at that. Although volleyball is a great team sport, being good parents will help them excel, succeed, and achieve good things in the sport. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to Wonder of Volleyball if you haven't already. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now and take care.